Our next segment combines two of my favorite things, women breaking barriers and wine. Here to share the stories of some wonderful winemaking women is Renée Sferrazza. So good to see you, Renée.
So great to always be here, Tracy. I'm excited about this topic.
You came with good stories. So 5 wines poured. We've got 5 stories to match. Let's get into the first one.
Let's get into it. We are starting local with Ontario here. We have Magnata Winery. I'm going to let you sip on this while I tell you a little bit more about the winery itself.
Okay.
This is their Pinot 2 Rosé, and I'll get back into that. So Magnata Winery was started by Rosanna and Gabe Magnata about 30 years ago. But Rosanna was always the face of the winery and really of the brand itself. Now, what she really ended up doing in wine came with the untimely passing of her husband, Gabe. He passed away 15 years ago because of Lyme disease complications.
Okay.
But 3 years after that, she created the G. Magnata Foundation for Vector-Borne Diseases, which is one of the largest research firms for Lyme disease cures in all of Canada.
Wow.
Following that, she created the Venture Series line. This is the Venture Series Pinot 2 Rosé. It's a blend of Pinot Grigio and Pinot Noir.
It's delicious.
It's really yummy and bright. But there's 20 wines in this lineup, and 50 cents from each bottle goes towards the organization. So it's a wine that gives back.
Gosh. And we can see sort of the foundation at the back there, which is beautiful that she's doing this. Like, I think it's incredible, not just making wine, but also trying to contribute to a cure for what had her husband, right?
I know.
So that's incredible.
It's a really unique and amazing story.
It's beautiful. Let's go to the next one now. Where are you taking us?
We are taking a little bit of a flight, but not really, to Spain.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
I'm on board.
We are heading to Spain. This is the Dio of Rueda, and we're having a Verdejo. This is by Bodegas Pandora, and it's the Pandra Organic Verdejo. Here, give this a try.
Okay.
Verdejo is kind of like Pinot Grigio with attitude, so it's a lot more bright and zesty. The winemaker behind this wine is actually Rosa Zarza Gil, and she does a lot of different winemaking techniques to add weight and texture to the wine. The interesting thing about the region of Dio Rueda is that it has about 40% female winemakers in it, which is very unique.
That is a lot.
It's a lot. There's 78 wineries, 30 of them have female winemakers.
Yeah.
Rosa is one of them. And this is actually the time where she's been a prolific winemaker in all of Northwest Spain, but Bodegas Pandora is her chance to really showcase her vision.
Wow, and why do you think so many women-run wineries in that area? What's happening?
Well, there's a lot of wineries that get passed down in heritage. So there's a lot of daughters that end up getting the wineries themselves.
Nice.
And because of that, it's really opened the doors for women that maybe might not be part of the family to be part of the winemaking process as well, and really kind of drop those barriers. The more of us there are, the more of us there are.
That's right. That's exactly how it works. And women in particular, I find we tend to lift. We're lifting everyone around us, right? So that's a beautiful thing. Let's go over to South Africa. Is that where we're going?
We are going to South Africa next, but this is the Aslina Cellars 2021 Shannon Blanc. This is a skin contact production, so it's technically an orange wine. Yeah,
okay,
there we go.
Skin contact.
Skin contact. So rosé.
What does that mean? This is how we drink it?
This is how we drink it. Okay, skin contact is basically like a rosé style, but you know, orange wine's a little bit different. It's white wine made in a red wine style where the skins are fermented with the juice. 100% Shannon, but a very different vibe in it. However, the winery and the wine behind it is really interesting because it's made by Ntsiki Baea. She has a unique story that led her to become the first black female winemaker in all of South Africa.
That's incredible.
I know. So she got a wonderful scholarship to the Stellenbosch University after coming up in a small village in the KwaZulu-Natal province on the eastern side of the country. Ended up working in California and in Tuscany. 18 years ago, she starts this project, Aslina, names it after her grandmother, and she's been helping other winemakers of color and women come up in the region as well.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Well, you found good stories. and then the ancestors right on the bottle there. I love that. It's a beautiful tribute. Okay, moving right along.
I know. We're in Tuscany now.
Okay.
I know.
I'm not mad at you.
No, you can't be mad at me.
What are we going to do in Tuscany?
Well, you know, we're going to taste some Donatella Cinelli Colombini wine.
Okay.
So Donatella Cinelli Colombini is an amazing woman in wine. Her entire winery is run by women. So this is the Leone Rosso. It's a production from Orca d'Ossi, which is in Tuscany. It's a blend of Sangiovese and Merlot. The story of her winery is on the front of the bottle. There's a beautiful lion, which showcases her past, and the dove, which is her breaking forth into the future. When she got a hand on the winery, her family passed down to her. She was looking for a winemaker, went to the enology school, and they were told, we don't have any good winemakers, but we have these women, but they can only be cellar hands. This cast asideness, she was like, I bet you I'm not going to deal with this. So she started the Prima Donna project, and employs all women in her winery.
Wow.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
I know, right?
And it tastes really good.
It does taste really good.
Okay, last but not least.
Last but not least, okay, so I have a wine here that represents the future of women in wine. Look at the front of this label. Does this really look like a wine that's made by a woman?
It looks like James Harden.
It is James Harden. This is
the baller.
It is. So this is basketballer James Harden. This is the J. Harden Cabernet Sauvignon from California. It's by Jamshed. But the woman behind it is Ashley Leon. She is the winemaker that is translating the amazing personality of James Harden into this wine. It's bold, it's really unique, but she's had a great story too. She's wanted to be a winemaker since she was 16, worked around at a bunch of different countries in Europe and in California, and I think she's done a great job translating him.
Smooth.
I know, right?
It's excellent. Very nice. So it's interesting because we are seeing a lot of spokespeople coming up in wine, and I am delightfully surprised that a lot of the wine tastes very good. What I also love to hear is that there's a woman behind the man on the label.
Exactly. So all women in wine want to drop that prefix eventually. We just want to be in wine.
Right.
And that's where I see the future heading, especially with this bottle.
Absolutely. This is so good, Renee. Thank you. Wonderful stories, very well told as well, and wonderful wines.